We have a new development that we know that you are not aware of yet, but we also know that it will become a newsworthy item, and therefore we're going to go ahead and share it with you. We don't have a lot that I can tell you. But as of this morning, ICE did indeed take into custody one of our police recruits, who was, we hired and was in the police academy at the time. We've had conversations with ICE regarding this. There was no struggle involved in any of it. The person was actually, the recruit was taken into custody without any incident whatsoever. So what you would want to know about this particular person is that on our end, when we were doing the hiring process, there was nothing that was in the packet that would have us have reason to believe that this person did not have legal status. There is some question that may have developed later, but there was a signed order by a judge for his removal back in December. We hired him way before that time. He had a valid driver's license, he had a social security number, and he completed and passed what we call the E-Verify system. So at this time, the situation is what it is, and he is in custody, and I have been told that he will not be given a bond hearing, and that he will be in the process of a removal. The details regarding that, I would direct you to ICE for their PIO information, but I can say that on our end, there would not have been a reason or a flag that would have us we did the due diligence. And so with that, that is a new story for you. Any questions? I may not be able to answer much, but I wanted to at least bring this to your attention.
So to be clear, can you spell out specifically how the NOPD checks the citizenship of the recruits? And is there any reason above and beyond the citizenship that this individual might be on ICE's radar for any past criminal actions?
According to the ICE field director whom I spoke to regarding criminal history, there was none. So as a part of our hiring process, which he would have been subject to, we do run our candidate recruits through what we call a triple I process, which is a NCIC check for criminal history. So, and he cleared that.
The identity of the recruit?
You know, I'm going to let the ICE people share that with you. Not real sure, right? You know, this is new territory for all of us. So I know that the information would eventually probably be public, but I think the PIO of ICE needs to address that with you. So, and if there's some reason, you know, I would like to talk with our attorneys and so forth and make sure that we can release it. So if so, we'll give you that name. Yeah.
As police chief,
yeah.
How does this make you feel?
Well, it's not an issue of feeling, in all honesty. Everybody in law enforcement have different missions. We have to abide by the laws of our country, the laws of our state, the ordinances of our city. And in the end, I'm not trying to be trite about it, but I literally took an oath of office, and my oath means something to me. And so if I swear on the Bible and God in front of everybody, that means something to me. And that oath means I will follow the laws. So in the end, my feelings really don't matter. It becomes an issue of duty. And so I understand all of the missions that our different agencies have, and I understand that. I'm glad to know that on our end, we did the due diligence. We were not lax in all of the things that we would normally do. Like I said, the person had a driver's license. They'd been here in our country for 10 years, that type of thing. So the details, again, I would seek you going to the PIO of ICE. Yeah.
Chief, to be clear then, as you navigate this process and you check these documents, where was the blind spot in your mind?
Well, I don't know that there is one yet. What I will tell you is we're going back. We just learned about it this morning, and so we very quickly got together, we pulled the files, we shared with ICE what we had in our file, and they have offered to help us understand what to look for when it comes to immigration issues, and I said we would welcome knowing, is there something that we missed on our part, because all the files looked in order. The number one system that we started about a year ago is called E-Verify, and it's to check on immigration status, and it cleared. So again, this young person applied before a judge ordered his removal. So the order of removal occurred on December the 5th of 2025, and he began the hiring process in June. And so all the normal things that we would look for would be why we had every reason to believe that at that time, and indeed at that time, he may have still had a legal status. That's what I can't get into, because I don't know. Okay, that's why you need to go to PIO of the ICE.
Chief, you mentioned that you learned about this morning. Does that mean he was arrested this morning, or was he arrested?
He was arrested apparently this morning or sometime within the last 24
And
hours.
also, do you know if he has a family that he has here?
Don't know anything about those details, so
Chief, just to be clear, June 2025.
Last question.
it's
sir.
when he actually applied to us. And the removal order, I do have in front of me, the removal order was December the 5th, 2025. And it was out of the, appears to be out of the Immigration Court of Atlanta, Georgia. What I do know is that he had lived in Georgia for many years.
Can you say who signed the order, which judge?
I don't know, I don't have that. So you'll need to go to the PIL of ICE.
All right, thank you all for coming out.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.